Hey guys, welcome to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here with another gear review for you. This time I wanted to do the USMC ILBE Generation 2 rucksack. I've had this for a little while now. I wanted to do a review on it before, but I really wanted to get out and test it and use it a little bit first before I started to give my opinion, because my initial impressions were that I was going to love it. And you know what? It's actually lived up to its expectation. I really like the Drago assault pack that I was using before, but as it got colder, I realized that that just wasn't enough to hold everything that I needed, especially if I was taking baby Glock along. So I needed something bigger, and I went to this. If you just want a quick synopsis, 10-second video review of what to do about this pack, go get it. You can't go wrong. Awesome, love it, but you know, just in the meantime, in case you're just not completely convinced by that, let me give you a little bit more information on it. First off, you know, your camo pattern here is your digital woodland Marpat, which stands for marine pattern, made by Proper International, and it's made of a 720 denier nylon, which is Cadora, but my Drago is a 600 denier. It's been rugged, it's held up to everything I've thrown at it. This is 720, so even better, even stronger. Of course, on the adverse side of that, it's also going to be a little heavier, but it does have a 4,500 cubic inch main pack compartment. It can hold up to 120 pounds. Now, I don't know about you, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, so 120 pounds is not going to be what I'm carrying on my back, but at least I know that I'm not going to wear this thing out by loading it down too much. And I know a lot of people these days are really going ultralight and stuff like that, but this, even with a lot of ultralight gear, especially in the winter or the fall when your even lightweight jackets are bigger and bulkier, this is going to carry almost everything you can think of. Just to show you what I mean, we're going to start at the top and kind of work our way down with the pack. Your lid part right here. Now, most places I've seen, it's going to come with it, but you can buy it separate. Some places are going to sell it as a separate item, but I got it all as one piece with the pack. You can see here, tons of moly webbing right across the top. I've hooked quite a few things on it just to use it while I'm going out camping to see how it works. Works incredibly well. Underneath here, as you can see inside the lid, even more moly webbing. So if you had additional flashlights, pouches, anything like that, you can throw attached right in here. And of course, you even have more straps in here that you could use to tighten it down and to hold in anything else that you may need. On the back of the lid, as you'll be able to see right here, you have two very heavy duty zippers that have what looks to be automotive tubing covering the lanyard on it. Incredible idea here, which I actually think I'll probably start doing on any other packs and stuff that I get, because I tell you what, when you have gloves on your hand and it's cold outside, or you just don't have the functionality you need because your hands are cold, this gives you the perfect grip to just be able to pull it across. They work flawlessly either direction, and inside of here, as you can probably see, plenty of space to hold quite a few things. Typically I keep my fire kit in here, flashlights, batteries, maybe a little bit of first aid. Obviously your needs, your mileage may vary as to what you're going to do with it, but actually can hold a decent amount of stuff. Next portion we'll work down, and we'll go with the front of the pack. As you can see, you get a drawstring closure here. Works pretty good, and this one I found that it's best to stuff the sack down first a little bit, move this down, cinches it up really good to close in most of your gear. But it also, just so you can see the tag here, is who it's made by, Proper International. But inside, I mean, it is huge. Tons of gear. As you can see, even has a flap inside of here that you can use to separate your sleep system from the rest of your clothing, or if you just had a bunch of other stuff you wanted to separate for any reason, you've got this in here to do so. Let me move this camera just a little bit. So you got your buckles inside of here, and as I said before, 4,500 cubic inches, tons of gear, but it is just one really giant pocket. This flap in here does help separate the stuff, but for the most part, anytime I've taken it out, I really just use it wide open. And I just kind of remember how I stack my gear in here, but I have taken it with a sleeping bag in the bottom, different. It's got little loops inside here that help you loop these straps through to keep it firmly separated. Now, at first I thought, well, if I have just one huge compartment, you know, I'm going to have to dig everything out from the top, depending on how I have it packed, just to get to things I may need throughout the day. Well, obviously they were smart enough to think of this ahead of time and put zippers all the way down the side, so you can reach into any portion of the pack from the sides. And it's like this on both sides. And if you look at this around the zipper, nothing's getting in or out of that. Once you zip it up, I mean, it's extremely durable, very tough, well thought out, very water resistant. I won't say waterproof, but it is extremely water resistant. As you can see, once again, on your zippers, they do have the tubing on the ropes from it. You can zip it from up or down on either side, top or bottom. You have right here more MOLLE webbing on the side, which you can buy these things called Sustainment Pouches that will attach to either side of the pack. So far they've been kind of difficult for me to find. Most of the websites, every time I go to them, they're sold out. The military surplus store here in my town never seems to have them. But I'm constantly keeping my eye out because it would be good to have the extra storage space for food or lighter items. We also have right down here a pouch, and there's two of these on either side, one on either side. The other one is down here. MOLLE webbing, just the same on the side again, as you saw on the other side, so they're identical. Zippers, once again, top and bottom, each side, with the tubing. And let's just go ahead and go to the back here. You got drag straps on either side with that same tubing. So if you got here and here, in order to pick it up, I know a lot of military personnel, they will pick their straps up from here and kind of go over the head with them when they're putting them on. So really good for holding, dragging, carrying from that aspect. But also has a drag handle here at the top. So 3 drag handles. The straps, shoulder straps, as you can see, very thick. Very, very comfortable. Waist belt, same thing right here along the back. A lot of padding right here for your back. And as you can see, you got the grooves right here, so it actually helps your back breathe a good bit. Now, it is pretty warm. It is... you're still going to sweat a good amount, but at least you do get some air and some ventilation going through back here. Straps up here at the top to cinch the pack closer to your back once you have it on. You know, of course, if you're used to doing any kind of backpacking and hiking, you know that keeping that pack tight to your back is extremely important. Sternum strap. As you can see, waist belt, really thick, really comfortable. Very large buckle to use, so if your hands are cold, you have gloves on, very easy to work that. Very adjustable pack. The height of it, really easy to work. There's a lot of Velcro strapping here, which I will get done. As you can see, let me pick this up. Move this down. Alright, you got your braces in here. You got 2 metal bars there that are aluminum. You got another 2 here. Velcro strapping here so you can adjust it to wherever you need it to be. I have, once I adjusted it one time, I haven't had any need to adjust it since then. It worked extremely well, so you know, I'm sure there's people out there, if you're letting a friend borrow a pack, that you'll need to keep readjusting it, but at least you know that once you do, you're good to go. Tighten this back down so we can talk about the front of the pack. As you can see, there's straps hanging all over the place on this thing. First it was just kind of like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? And then once you actually really get into using it, find out these things become extremely useful. Right here, for this strap right here, you see one, even more MOLLE webbing, right? So right down the front, if I disconnect all of these, I have a whole new set of MOLLE webbing to use to attach all kinds of things. This flap right here, as you can see, there's a little pocket right here. You can put in a hydration bladder, and if I'm not mistaken, it will hold up to a 100-ounce bladder. The one I have is 1.5 liters, so not that big, but it will fold up here. You put the bladder in there, in that pocket, and it will keep that bladder strapped to the outside of your pack. With the Drago, I could sit it inside of it or wear it underneath of my pack, but this one can actually attach to the outside of it, which has been a huge help and alleviated a lot of space in my pack. It attaches to the outside in 3 different points to show you how good and secure it would be. Right down here you have, well, let's go ahead and go to the side, compression straps here, here, and here. So 3 compression straps to go on the side of the pack. Oops. And I've got me mixed up. So 3 compression straps here. You've got straps holding on a hydration bladder here. You even have more straps going this right here in the front, and even more MOLLE webbing. So I've used this to, you know, these additional straps to hold sleeping bags, tarps. You have straps that come up from underneath, which I have also used to connect up here to hold additional items. Sleeping bags, like I said, tarps, depending on how you want to set it up, where you want everything to hang and lay. 3 compression straps on this side. As you can see, I keep my Michael Hawk knife strapped onto whatever pack I'm going to be carrying, so I don't ever forget it. This knife has been a beast. I still carry it all the time. I know you've seen a couple of reviews on it from me. I've got a new knife by him coming hopefully in the next couple of days, so I'm going to take that on my weekend trip coming up. But I mean, this pack has a ton of features. It has a way of converting to any setup that you could possibly almost imagine. And getting these is not difficult. And budget-wise, this is a reason why I go military surplus. Let me sit this back here for just a second. You know, I've been into many stores, I've looked at a ton of packs, and they have, you know, Kelties, I mean, just you name the brands, a couple $100, $300, extremely lightweight packs that I know are actually really good. This is heavy. I mean, it's a 720 denier nylon or Cadora. I don't have the weight written down, and I've kind of had a hard time trying to find it, but I'm going to estimate it's probably 6-7 pounds just for the pack. So for some people that may be a deal breaker. For me, I know that's a huge amount of durability, and that's going to last me a really long time. I know a lot of your high-end packs and stuff, high-end packs, several $100s, they're real thin, everything is real light. I know it's strong to an extent, but at the same time, I wouldn't have the faith that I'm going to have that pack for the next 10, 20 years. I know this, I can do that with. This thing is hardcore rugged, and the government puts this out there for men to depend their lives on this stuff. One of the things that I have had to do, though, because with my size not being a very big guy, is with all of these straps, I either have rubber bands, electrical tape, or there's actually a lot of retention bands on these already. But depending on if you get it brand new, used, or whatever, I got mine used. Some of those weren't there, so I kind of had to be a little resourceful and do that myself. But you even have, you know, more strapping here on the shoulder straps. This thing is incredible. There's nothing that I can't imagine that I can't do with it, or there's nothing that I can't set up on it in any configuration that I couldn't think of. I mean, it's been amazing. I got mine on eBay, just to let you know, $55 with shipping to my front door. And this thing is in absolutely excellent condition. It comes with the lid. Sometimes they sell them on eBay without. It doesn't have the sustainment patches, but no rips, holes, tears, no fading. Every part of it was in absolutely tip-top shape. The only thing that was possibly missing, where I put, you know, some rubber bands here, there was maybe a couple of retention bands that were missing. But other than that, I mean, they go anywhere. And there's all different setups. There's a smaller salt pack that goes with it, a hydration bladder, some other accessories that you can get if you want the whole setup. But I've seen them anywhere from the $55 that I got it from to $150 just for this one pack. So if you have a little patience, a little time, look up some watch lists on eBay, keep searching, keep looking. Be patient is the biggest thing. I looked for a while and I kept checking back until I got the price that I really wanted. But wholeheartedly worth it, worth every penny, worth a little bit of extra weight in the pack because of everything that this thing can do. It is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to take it again this weekend. I'm not going to load it out as heavy because I want to try to go a very minimalist approach for the next for the 2 days that I'm going to be gone. But man, go get it. 12 out of 10. That's how big this thing is. That's how much I love it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I have to give it a 12. This thing rocks. I do have the Army rucksack that I got from my brother not long ago. He gave to me as a gift. I'm going to be doing a review on that later. I got to put it through his paces and do some testing, but at first he gave me the pack and the waist strap, so I got to get a frame and some shoulder straps. So as soon as that happens and I get a few runs with it, I will get back to you and let you know how it went and what I think of it, because it's actually capable of carrying 200 pounds. Once again, not carrying that much weight, but you know, it's another option. I can keep one pack in a car, one pack at the house, whatever you need to do, bug out bag, what you will, get a home bag. But until then, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. You will be ecstatic with it. It's extremely comfortable. It distributes weight extremely well. I don't have anything bad to say about it. There's probably not one thing about it that I would change. Even the weight. It's a little heavy and I don't care. It has been incredible. So until then, just keep looking. eBay, like I said, have a little bit of patience. There's other websites that sell it. You can probably find them at flea markets. I know there's a lot of places that on average sell them for about 80 bucks, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, between 55 or 80, either way, you can't go wrong. You're getting an awesome deal for whatever price you get it at, even if you pay the whole 150 that I see some places selling it for. Probably wouldn't pay any more above that, but you're still going to get a hardcore value out of this. Highly recommend it. Go get you one, and hopefully maybe I'll see you out there on the trails, all right? So just remember, be prepared, have fun.